life. I would never take my own life. Okay? You hear that, Israel?
So this is Theo Von. He's one of those comedians slash podcasters. Yeah, how convenient. Like Joe Rogan, like Dave Smith, okay? This is a network I've mentioned. This network is all part of the same group. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk was part of it, Turning Point, Dave Smith, Theo Von, throw Rogan in there, throw PBD in there, throw Patrick Bet-David, throw Jack Posobiec in there, throw Bannon in there. Did I say Candace? There's some others. I know I missed. They're a network. Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson. And the network all does the same thing. They all parrot the same thing. And it's all Israel's fault. I've said it before. If they were constipated, they would blame Israel. Because that's what they do about it. It's Israel. Charlie Kirk's dead. It's Israel. So now you have Theo Von trying to say, I would never kill myself. Do you hear that, Israel? It's like, oh, shut up, Theo Von. You know, can you grow a pair, really? I mean, see, this is why I'm a work in progress with God. I'm always under construction. Okay, so, but I mean, seriously, it's like, like people think he's so funny. I think he's so phony. He's just phony. He's phony. I think Rogan's a prick, okay? I do. I know, I'm just, like, again, I'm a work in progress. I know people would say, love your neighbor. Yeah, I don't trust these people. I don't. They're all part of the same network. I've not trusted Rogan since the beginning, though. I mean, he's been known to attend some of those elite parties, okay? Same. I mean, he's talked about it himself. So maybe something's going to happen to these people. I don't know. And they want to make it look like it's all Israel. Okay, this is, I'm sick of this Israel shit. Because they blame Israel for everything. So that's, of course, why Candace, because Candace is saying, oh, well, Israel's behind Charlie Kirk. No. Charlie Kirk was always going to head in that direction, which with Candace and all this whole network that it's Israel's fault. And he showed that he was going to be doing that at his last Turning Point big event because he had Dave Smith on there. Dave Smith is like the whiniest man I've ever seen. He's the whiniest podcaster I've ever seen. He is just, he's Jewish, which is fine. He wants to hate Israel, but I don't. It doesn't even matter if it's anti-Semitism. It's just they hate Israel. As far as they just hate Jewish people. And Dave Smith's Jewish, but there's a lot like that. So that everything they become. I've mentioned this before because it's so obvious in Candace. They become so. It's like you can tell God's handed them over because they become consumed and obsessed with everything Israel. They all do. Whitney Webb's another one. Yeah, the only thing these people are good at, the only thing the wicked are good at, is taking something, putting a whole story around it that's all false, and then running with it and getting a bunch of stupid people that'll sell out for money to push the narrative. That's really the only thing that the wicked is good at, is doing that. And then when I see people, say stuff like, we don't have kings in this country, it's like, okay, well, kings, leaders, presidents, whatever you want to call it, God hasn't stopped raising them up, whether you like it or not, okay? So, God is the king of the universe. God is a king over, there is nothing over him. But he does institute kings or leaders, okay? Because his hand is, believe me, otherwise we would have already been taken into an eternity of darkness. And sometimes it just feels like we have been. We've been under a veil of darkness. Because I think God does keep you veiled for a long time because it's too scary otherwise. It's too freaky. But you have to understand something. You know, even though God's not testing, God's not doing this, the wicked is doing this, but it ends up being like a test. It's like, are you going to fall for the narrative? And when you see that all they ever do is blame Israel for everything, and you see the whole world blames Israel for everything, then then use discernment here. You use logic, use reason. When the whole world is all on the same page that Israel is the problem, then should you be following the whole world? No. That's one of the telltale signs for me is that kind of stuff, because it can get confusing, you know, and it can because these people do a very good job. They have done a fantastic job at making people absolutely hate Israel. Do you think that that's anything God wants? No. Because again, it's as simple as this, regardless of what you want to think of Netanyahu or the government, whatever. If God doesn't have to tolerate anything, okay? If God did not support Israel being there, it wouldn't be there. Like they all love to run around and say, man created Israel. Man, yeah, that's what God does, is he uses man. Do any of these people that claim, like Candace Owens, you know, oh, she's a Christian, you know, well, she's a Catholic. I mean, I don't know if you, whatever you want to call that. But does she read the Bible? I don't think so. Because that's what God does all the time. He uses people. So if it was something he didn't support, it would not still be standing. Okay, it's just, there's simple things here. When you see the whole world is against Israel, and yet Hezbollah and Hamas and all of these have been nothing but terrorist organizations paid by, you know, that Iran funds, and you know this, and yet these people, this network of people, have managed to get everybody to hate Israel. Then why would they want you to hate Israel? Well, because God might be watching. Well, he is. He's always watching. And might be saying, are my people going to fall for that? If you're one of my children, don't be falling for that. Don't be taking the bait there. The whole world has taken the bait. So you don't want to be taking that bait. So, Theo Vaughn. I mean, he's just, like, where are the men?